What's up, YouTube? That's it here, bringing you guys another battle spot, BGC 2015 battle. My team on the left-hand side is going to be Togekiss, Amoonguss, Kangaskhan, and Arcanine versus Confagorous, Sableye, Slacking, and Chansey. What are these teams? This guy's team looks like a Trick Room team slash Wall team slash I don't even know why there's a Chansey in his team, and a Slacking. So it's kind of awkward, and looking at my team, it looked like I did the best with what I had possible to try and pick up the pieces. Like, I couldn't really bring Rhyperior or Azumarill or, like, Bisharp or anything like that here, because he looks like he has the bird team from hell. So I just tried to lead with, like a flincher and a spore, maybe like a rage powder user. I tried to do my best, but we're gonna start this game off, and you're gonna see a really cool battle unfold, and yeah, it should be a lot of fun. So, Japanese guy, I think he was like 1700 something, is issuing a challenge, and it's gonna be the Confagorous Sableye, and this is definitely not what I was expecting to happen. I'm generally expecting a Trick Room to happen. I'm gonna do my best to stop it if at all possible. We're gonna see him go Mega Sableye, which is something that you see in singles sometimes, but never really in doubles, at least not yet. And he's going to go for that huge fast. Remember, when you Mega Evolve, your speed is already set, so for a Pokemon like Sableye, he gets that priority 1 taunt, which is great. So he gets a huge taunt off onto my Amoonguss and a Nightshade off onto it. And I obviously can't Spore with that type of turn. So we're going to see Sableye switch out, and it's at this point that, I can't stand with Amoonguss either. I'm switching out too. He goes into Chansey here. And I go into Arcanine, so I'm feeling very, very confident. We're going to see Arcanine get a useless Intimidate, but my Life Orb Arcanine Close Combat should do a number on that Chansey, even if he does have an Evilite. So Air Slash is going to come in onto the Confagorous, and I'm going to luckily get the flinch here. So I'm in a pretty good spot, I feel. Confagorous is going to go for that Protect, does not want to go down to an Air Slash just yet. I obviously keep him honest there. And I'm going to go for that huge Life Orb Close Combat onto this Chansey. Now, I didn't expect to get the kill, but that's about as much damage as I expected. And this is definitely a move I did expect. We're going to see, after I take Life Orb damage, we are going to see Chansey go for the Minimize. Going to sharply raise his evasion. And it's at this point that you're not going to see it in-game, but I just start timing him. I'm like, if you're going to minimize me, I'm going to kill all your teammates, and I'm going to take a full 60 seconds to make all my moves, and I will just wait you out, and you will lose Chansey versus the 4 of my Pokemon. We see Confagorous switch out into Slacking there, and of course I'm going to miss on the Chansey, and he's going to go for a rest. So this is generally a singles strategy you would see on Battle Spot that is very prominent, especially at the high end of the ladder, but it's generally never something you see in doubles, and since he uses rest, I generally assume that he has Sleep Talk as well. It's also neat to see Choice Scarf Giga Impact Slacking. That is very, very uncommon. So he's going to take out my Arcanine, my 1 check to the Chansey, and we remember he's going to have to recharge. But it's at this point that I'm like, oh my gosh, this is getting out of control. We see Chansey go for the Sleep Talk, gets off a Seismic Toss, and I definitely do feel behind at this point. Now, I have a Amoonguss, which won't do anything ever to any of these Pokemon. So I have to send out my Kangaskhan, right? It's all up to Kangaskhan to hopefully get a kill onto that Chansey. So I'm going to Mega Evolve. And you may question my Mega Evolution here. Remember that he does have that Sableye, but it's fine. I go for an Air Slash. I am going to get a chance to take out that Slacking, which is definitely a big deal here, because he was totally Choice Scarf. That's huge damage. And Power Punch, of course that's going to miss. Of course it will. So Chansey's going to be asleep, and I think he actually Sleep Talks a rest here. So you're going to see him go for that Sleep Talk. And yeah, he gets the rest here, definitely in my favor there. So we're going to see he's going to send out his last Pokemon. It's going to be that Sableye here. Remember, that thing is still hanging out at full HP. I'm going to go for an Air Slash onto Sableye. Remember, he doesn't have Prankster anymore because his ability changed to Magic Bounce. And then I'm also going to hit him with a huge Crunch, which for those of you guys that watch my videos, generally see me do a lot of Ghost types. And I get a defense drop, which is actually really cool to see. We're then going to see Chansey wake up and go for the Minimize. It's at this point that I realized, I realized a lot earlier, I'm just going to have to ignore that Chansey and kill it later. And remember, I did say that I was definitely trying to time this guy out. So I'm taking full 60 seconds on all my moves. We see the Sableye not get flinched and go for a Will-O-Wisp, but it's just something I have to deal with. I switch out my Togekiss because I feel that Kangaskhan can finish the job against Sableye going into my Amoonguss. The reason why I'm switching out my Togekiss will be revealed in a couple turns. It's a pretty cool idea here. So I get a critical hit on a Sableye, but I know I did not need it. Kangaskhan's still strong enough even with the burn to finish him off. And we're going to see Chansey go for a Seismic Toss onto my Moongus. Now, one of the reasons I switched into a Moongus was because I wanted to take damage here, and I wanted to get an Effect Spore. I was hoping for a different one, but Sleep is one of the better ones. Now, the reason being, he takes damage from Rocky Helmet, and he cannot use Rest while he is asleep. That's always the way to beat Rest is actually to put them to bed. So Chansey being asleep for a couple turns, he may think it's great because he has Sleep Talk. I see it as an opportunity because I can just start going to town on him. We're going to see him set up Confagoras, eat that Crunch, and it's kind of funny that he's going to mummy my Kangaskhan, and it's going to take away my Mental Bond. I'm burned. Kangaskhan is definitely down in the dumps right now, but I still need to take it out, and that's the only way possible. And it's going to be really cool to see my Togekiss start going to town on this Chansey. Now remember, he has 2 minimizes. There's like no way I should be able to hit him, but my Togekiss has a hidden move just in case this stuff, just in case this happens. So we're going to see him Sleep Talk or Rest, another unfortunate move for him. But that's what he gets for playing minimized Chansey like tech here in doubles. So Kangaskhan doesn't switch out. I need to use Parental Bond later in the game. Even though I'm burned, I still do a ton of damage to a Chansey. Switch out into my Amoonguss, and I'm going to be going for Aura Spheres. Now remember, Chansey has huge special bulk, but this is as much damage as I can possibly do. And remember, I switched out into Amoonguss, but that was just to reset the mummy onto my Kangaskhan. Coming back in, and I'm going to start trying to fire away double edges as soon as possible on this guy before he wakes up and pops a Rest. I get a second Aura Sphere off, and the damage is very, very small, but if I were to somehow get a crit this turn, I could potentially kill him, I feel. So he's still asleep, and notice he's not going for Sleep Talks. I think that's kind of weird. Maybe he's just trying to wake up and use Rest, which is actually a pretty good play. So third Aura Sphere in a row hits, getting him to about 30%. And Kangaskhan, can you believe it, actually hits with a double edge. Remember, he had 2 minimizes off, and it's a crit double edge to finish him off. I know I didn't actually need the crit. I am burned, but it would have hit twice, and Chanseys have almost no defense, even with the Evilite. So I actually defeated him, took him out, and I don't know, I feel like the hero of justice taking down the villain using the evil minimized team. It's at that point, I think there was like 6 or 7 minutes left on the timer. I still would have just timed him out and won, because I had 3 Pokemon and Amoonguss was one of them. I could just have used Rage Powder on Amoonguss, and he would eventually got Effect Spored and whatever. So I would have won anyways, but winning like that makes me feel so much better. So great game, or great ending to a game that was actually quite long, because like I said, I had to wait a full minute to make a return. So thanks guys for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace out.